as evidenced by what Mitch has said over here in the past, all raccoons are part of the mafia. So is it fair to have
Do we have proof of this
Could you present the
speech?
evidence?
Yes.
Is there evidence of this being said?
Yes, because he was upset over DM when he sent me a
Well,
message.
Present the evidence.
I need to see this.
In complete honesty, Your Honor, I don't know where that evidence is, nor do I know if I deleted it or not.
I think he deleted it because it's not there.
If there was no evidence present in the court, then I cannot take on this information.
I mean, you don't have evidence of him tampering with the evidence, do you? In this world, we have many Minecraft roleplay creators, but they can't use creative mode. Welcome to the Origins SMP.
Alright, everybody inside the courthouse. Alright, nobody's allowed to leave.
Slowness and weakness.
Oh, I'm kind of neutral in this, so I guess, can I stand here then?
Take your seats.
If
Order
you're
in the
neutral, you
court.
can sit in a jury or wherever you want.
I'm a jury.
But isn't the jury the one that decides stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
why the neutral one should be up there.
In the name of God, I'll decide
Yeah.
who's right.
What
who's
am
wrong.
I?
Within the
I'm
jury.
neutral.
Mr. Defendant, please take a seat on your
The
side.
Endermen have anxiety.
Do you not have a lawyer?
No one
You're
wants
so
to represent me,
loud.
so I had to go and procure my own lawyer. Hold on.
You're representing yourself? Okay, this isn't gonna
No,
go
no,
well.
he says he has his own lawyer.
That's
Wait,
his
is
that a hurdle?
Not
Not gonna
go
lie,
well.
his lawyer is adorable.
Order in the court, everyone. Take your seats, please. Court is now in session. The court case that is upon us is between someone that wishes to murder a dragon and the family of said dragon, the Endarians. As you can see, we've got many in the court today. We have our prosecution. Would you like to introduce yourselves? You didn't do the prayer. We'll get there.
Yes, this is my client, Mitch. He is indeed the son of the Ender Dragon who is at question right here. We are here to prove that this dragon should not be slain, that Mario should not be the type of person to even put forth that type of behavior, and, in fact, the Ender Dragon should be conserved and kept protected until the end of time.
And the defendant.
I'm Mario, and I have visible and audio proof of him agreeing to terms for the Ender Dragon, including the procuring of the egg and what was it, about 20 shulker boxes?
Objection,
From
Your
the end?
Honor. He is speaking of a verbal contract.
I also have video
Understood.
evidence of him.
We'll get to that later on in the actual court case. This was just an introduction. Please be seated. Now, before we begin the court case,
Mitch, sit
we
down.
have the jury, and they will be saying a prayer. Everyone in silence, please.
Everyone in silence, please. Let us pray. I'll go up to the
Achoo!
front here so that everybody. Excuse me.
Hold on, I had to pause the music.
Let us pray. That means everybody in everyone's chats too. We are gathered here today
I did this sound like a wedding at the start.
we're gathered here today to marry these two in holy matrimony.
This is what you really dragged me for, Mitch? This is what you was all about?
Hey, look, you never know.
Order in the court.
We are gathered here today to make sure that no matter what the decision happens in court, we will all leave together as friends, regardless of what happens.
So, everyone, I'm appealing now to the members of the jury. Have you ever been a child?
Yes.
You don't have to answer
Yeah.
that. But most children have mothers. Our friend Mitch here, he indeed also has a mother, one who is at risk here. One he would like to have protected at all costs. I think we'd all like to protect our mothers at all costs. I think that's a completely reasonable thing to do. I don't think it's reasonable for a, destructive, cruel individual to want to slay someone else's mom for sake of the
Objection.
experience of which they'll be having.
Objection.
Overruled. Continue.
To, slay his mother for the experience he'll be having. Now,
Objection. Can we use something other than experience? Because obviously that has two different meanings that we don't want.
Overruled. Continue.
okay, I'll use different words.
Over two.
So Mario intends to slay Mitch's mother.
I prefer that than the word experience.
He wants to get his hands around Mitch's mother's eggs,
Oh my.
Your Honor. And he wants to take those eggs and use them however he pleases. He
Then
wants to
I
go
think
straight up
there's a-
in Mitch's mother's home, slay her, have all the
So
experience, and take the
He
eggs.
doesn't watch this.
Is the dragon present? Do we have consent for this to happen?
No, Your Honor. The dragon...
No consent. Understood.
The dragon lives in the end, which is, how we see it as a conservation area.
Am I to understand that this said dragon is endangered and the only of their species?
Yes, Your Honor, there is only one of a kind.
Understood.
Objection. There's actually more. You could actually create and resurrect the same dragon about 100 times.
That's
As I
still
said,
an
there is
endangered
only
species.
one of the dragon in the wild.
Understood.
May I put forward the example of condors? Condors are on the verge of extinction. Now, there's many of them. People have been able to conserve them in the wild without having to kill them. Rules and laws have been put forth, so they are no longer hunted. I put forth the opposite side of the same coin, the white rhinoceros, a magnificent beast. Don't know if you all know, but recently, the last white rhinoceros in the wild has died.
To Jurassic Park.
There are still some in captivity, but they will never be the same as they once were again. And if your mother were to die and never be the same again, would you find that as an act of aggression? An act of cruelty? Something that should be stopped?
Well,
Your Honor, should I
Jurassic Park.
proceed to ask questions to the defendant here?
Yes, please.
All
I'd
right.
like to hear what they have to say.
Mitchell, could I call you Mitch? So it is of course true that your mom is in fact the Ender Dragon,
Correct.
and you are Enderanian.
Correct.
All right. So these lovely members of the audience are part of your family.
Yes.
Okay. Do you love your mother? Would you wish any harm upon the mother of anyone else in this
To
courtroom?
Jurassic Park.
No.
Do you enjoy hurting people?
No.
Do you burn
Objection.
people's houses down?
I've seen him throw things at me from his tower. before
Conjecture,
all this.
Your Honor.
Overruled.
This is Mitch's mom we're talking about here. He's the only one who can speak on her behalf, as only a son could, about their mother. So say what you need to say.
Sorry. My mom. She's. Sorry.
It's okay. Take a minute.
My mom's the only mom I got. And I never get to see her. Because she can never escape the realm that she lives in. And for somebody to just go there on their own behalf and slay her for no reason, it's scary to think that I could be motherless one day. I don't want that to happen.
You're in the court.
That was just a legitimacy. Sorry.
Now look, I can't talk for everybody, alright? But if you have a mother who's taken care of you from birth and nurtured you and made you into the person you are today, wouldn't you want to respect her and carry her out her wishes throughout the rest of her life? That's what I want to do. I want to be a good son and make sure that she'll be okay at the end of the day.
That's all the
message.
questions I have, Your Honor.
Well, you may take your seat again.
Do you
Would you like to
want
call
I think
the-
cross-examination
Hold on, I would
might be
actually-
allowed.
Yes, actually, I would like to ask a few questions.
Very well.
All right, Mitch. Would you like to say your name and occupation once more, please? Once more again, please.
I am Mitchell, aka Korea's Mitch 42. I am a YouTuber, most notably
no,
known.
I'm not talking about
Oh,
that. I'm talking about on
okay.
this server. What do you designate yourself as?
Mafioso.
A mafioso. And would you like to explain what a mafioso does?
Do whatever we feel is necessary to
Okay,
protect
guys,
our
calm
family.
down.
A mafia is a crime
Objection.
family.
What does this have to do with the topic
Let
matter?
me finish.
That's not
You
what I
have to-
asked.
You have to legit, because it would explain how it would expose the lies that he has been spewing from his mouth.
But
Speculation,
nothing
Your
that
Honor.
I've heard today is all speculation. Yes, I agree. Overruled.
So-
His career path is not of the court's interest today.
By the way,
We're here
is
to
the
talk about
is
his
the
mother.
raccoon is the raccoon a part of the jury, or is it just there as a means that if they don't agree with it
He's a jury
with it-
member.
I see.
Yeah,
and
he came with me.
so he's a part of the raccoon mafia.
No,
You
he's
think
not.
all
He's-
raccoons are part of the
He, just,
mafia?
he happens to live
Oh
at my
yes,
house.
because
You
as
think
we have
they're all
as-
the same?
No, because as evidenced by what Mitch has said over here in the past, all raccoons are part of the mafia. So is it fair to have
Do
a
we have
person
proof of
And
this
could you present
speech?
the evidence?
Yes.
Is there evidence of this being said?
Yes, because he was upset over DM when he sent me a
Well,
message.
Present the evidence.
I need to see this.
In complete honesty, Your Honor, I don't know where that evidence is, nor do I know if I deleted it or not.
He deleted it because it's not there.
If there was no evidence present in the court, then I cannot take on this information.
I mean, you don't have evidence of him tampering with the evidence, do you?
Do you have evidence of evidence?
And then, Mitch, you say that that your mother loves you, correct? So
Yes.
would you say that if you went to the end right now, that she wouldn't attack you on sight?
I doubt it.
All right. Would you like to prove that right now, actually? And you say that all your family loves you, right? Would you like to show that by walking up to one of your Enderman brothers, not in a boat, and see what they do to you?
Objection, Your Honor. The claim was that he loves his family. The opinions of his family are irrelevant to the case.
But he just told that those Endermen over there are his family.
Yes, and he loves
This
them.
is correct. I'll allow the demonstration.
He's
Where's
where's he going?
for?
Okay, yeah, if you guys need to get in the water.
Okay. Order in the court. It seems that they are completely fine with him.
Did not go
And have
after
problems with
Mitch
somebody else.
whatsoever. Walked right back next to him, it seems.
It seems they are
Okay.
locked on me at the
Yeah, it
moment.
seems they do not like Nick.
They don't like him, but that's not the court case we're here for. Order in the court. Everyone, please take your seats and get the
Permission to calm him down, sir?
yes permission
Ow.
granted. Put him back in the boat. Does
Closing
the
my way
defendant have
back.
any further questions for Mitch?
Yes, actually. So,
One sec,
would you
I'm
say?
gonna get
So,
even.
are you
There we go.
saying that in the court right now, that in the court, in front of the judge, in front of the jury, that you do not have a contract with me, that you do not have one that explicitly said that you would allow this, that you would allow me, that you allow it, so long as the Enderians get the egg, and as in your own words, go to the end cities, deal with the shulker creatures there, I think you said, and give you a bunch of shulker boxes for your own collection, because that was in quote the only real thing that you wanted from the end.
This is indeed true over a verbal contract, but a verbal contract does not work with a written contract. Therefore, it can be
That
negotiated
is
either way.
correct. If the contract
So-
isn't visible
and-
or any proof of
Was
it,
there-
I can't take your word.
Was there any attempt to contact me about changing the contract to adding more or doing so, or did you just jump the boat and jump the gun and go straight to a lawsuit when you felt like you wanted more out of this?
What I wanted was protection for my mother out of this, not more.
That was not what you stated before.
Objection, Your Honor, leading the witness.
Understood. Once again, there's no physical evidence of any of this. Therefore, I can't hold it in the court.
Bro, I'm just
Do you
vibing.
have
This is
any
like a hot
evidence
tub.
whatsoever on anything that you're claiming?
Yes, I do have
Right.
evidence. If you wish
Present
for
it.
me to go,
Present your evidence. Present
Oh,
your evidence.
Then allow me to just get that real quick. I'm gonna go straight to Mitch's thing.
Your Honor,
and
I'd like to
record
call
on my
Mario
phone.
to the stand, but I will permit him to gather his evidence first.
Understood. Very well. You may take your seat, Mitch.
Could I call another witness, please?
You may.
Well, I would like to call one known as Nick the Skeleton to the stand, if possible.
Me?
Understood from the jury. Please, come to the stand.
Hello, Nick. Good to see you. Hope your machines are doing well with the Create mod.
Doing very well.
Fantastic. So, have you had a lot of interaction with Mario so far?
A couple of few in the start, but not too many.
How would you
I didn't-
describe him?
Okay.
Hard to
guy.
say, right? Hard to say.
No. I would say he's an okay guy. Nice, funny. One time he got swallowed by a whale.
Very good. Are you aware of foul deeds he's been doing on the server while people aren't looking?
Yes, I do remember you said something about that to me.
Objection. This is all substantial, just like you told me.
But
Well,
since
your
I have
claims
to-
were damaging. This is just about you and asking how much they know you.
My next point of this argument would like to be upon the character of Mario. I feel like he only wants to destroy this Ender Dragon because he is a cruel, ruthless, and rude individual.
Okay, and
Hmm?
now this is damaging.
Am I allowed to be interrupted?
Proceed.
So, Nick, are you aware that Mario, in this world we live in, breaks trees down and leaves the tops so the trees linger?
You did mention that?
Is there evidence of such?
I do have evidence. Do you deny said claims?
Yes, I do. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because I don't cut down the trees Mania does for us. And the only trees that I've been cutting down has been in the ones in my property.
Your Honor,
I'm understood that you are throwing somebody else under the bus.
Your Honor, Your Honor,
No,
can I just...
Mania is the one that cuts for us. Meaning that she's the
Precisely, you
one that
are
has
throwing
the lumber.
someone under the bus. I
No,
would
no,
like to see
I'm-
said evidence.
All right.
Yes, actually, I would like to as well.
I will present said evidence now.
I will.
How are
said
you
evidence.
presenting it?
How are we doing this?
It is
I
How
will-
are we doing
available
this?
for you right in the chat. You should be able to
Alright,
click
may
it.
you give me 2 seconds
View it
while I
yourself.
make...
Playing the
Chat.
clip in
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yep.
Oh my god,
One.
Xylo, you have destroyed yourself.
Listen.
making fun of me for it.
Listen.
Jeez. Well, let's see. At least we got Mario here. He can't even fly. What?
Oh my god.
You're not one of those
no.
people.
No.
You can
Okay,
reach
I'm not
the
gonna lie.
next
There's
piece
a
of wood.
solid counter argument
What are you
here.
doing, Mario?
There is, and it's the fact.
Yeah, I have a couple of cardio... Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
Well,
The
then
evidence
once-
is
once he-
substantial.
God.
I will allow the defendant to rebuttal.
On the fact that Xylo has made the biggest error in all this, and it's straight from, you can see it straight from the clip. that it's using a hat that I do not own.
Can I say something on defense of? I know I'm the jury, but I can debuttal this right away. Look at the top right mini map.
That's what I pointed out right away.
Oh, I see that too now.
Wait, I closed it. Hold on.
The top right mini map.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
I see that.
There is no evidence for this matter. Nick,
no.
return to
I
the
can't
jury.
believe it.
Any further questions?
I do have some further evidence of his to, show
I'm willing
his
to
character.
see the evidence.
Now, that does show that Mitch was in the area, of course, so I am
indeed.
perfectly okay with dismissing said evidence. But I have more.
Very
Wasn't
well.
that
I would like to see the more evidence.
fabricated?
Please, I would like to see more.
I do have more evidence, and if you can pick something out of this, then sure, feel free. But this one, actually, is it reasonable to post it if it involves a member of the journey?
I would say so, considering one is a defendant. Okay.
All right, beginning in 3, 2, 1. Please do not interrupt. Should we tell Nick that Mario may have just burnt down his house? That's,
Where do I sit down?
Oh my god.
Here after log.
Oh, we got Brian. Hi.
If you're if you're on Mario's side, sit on behind Mario. If you're on Mitch's side, sit behind him with the Enderman. Or if you're neutral, join the jury.
Or if you require a fish tank,
did
sit
you-
in the tank.
It was you?
What is he trying to blame for me now? I'm actually looking for
Wait,
That
the
was
evidence.
what
you?
happened?
Your
What
Honor, do you
happened?
see anyone else on the map at the
That
point?
was.
There's
Okay.
nobody on the map currently. I
That
would like
was-
evidence that there is no of wearing of said hat.
Your Honor,
Yeah,
There's a hat in
Hold on.
question. I'd like
Yes,
proof.
there is. Yes, there
Really?
is. It's showing a crown right now, a crown that I do not own. And it can I also point out that in the same
I
fabricated
need proof
evidence,
that you don't own said crown. If you would like to share your screen to me and go through your hats.
Flipped my horse. You were the one who
All
flipped
right.
my
I'm not
horse.
entirely sure if that's a crown. I can't quite tell what it is from here, but it doesn't look like a crown.
So
it's a crown.
that's
It's
why
a,
my horse
it's a crown.
is.
It has that little red gem at the front. You can tell.
It looks like some
definitely
sort
red
of
one.
rail.
Doesn't look like a crown.
I think
Your
it's-
Honor?
He flipped my house. He flipped my
I know
horse.
I'm also the jury, but there's another contradiction I saw and was also aware of that day, if I may add. As you can see in the
Objection,
evidence,
he's a member
there's-
of the jury.
Overruled. Continue.
As you can see in the chat, right? I was currently communicating with Xylo on that day, correct?
Correct.
It says in the chat that he just saw, as in the moment, but but you can see that Mario joins the game after he says just saw him.
Objection
Dismissed.
is the word
There is no
just.
time frame.
Yeah, there's no time frame said. It's
I could open
Actually-
chat right now and see that Brian just joined the game. I don't
people
know
can
when that
join
exactly
and
happened.
leave the game as they please.
So what punishment does Mitch have for lying in the court?
Actually, he never lied in the court. Other hand though, the lawyer
Yes, sir.
that is sat here fabricating potential evidence, there will
Absolutely.
be a future court case. He will have to defend himself in such lying in front of the judge.
I would like. Well, I guess this is an argument for the court case, but I'd like to put forth that I only presented evidence, did not claim for any of it to be true.
I have a question, Your Honor. If I
Proceed.
may. So, since Mario is guilty,
We won, boys. We
Correct.
won.
can I now tell him what I would like from him? Not just
Indeed.
obviously killing the Ender Dragon.
Indeed.
Uh,
I talked. Well, actually, I didn't really talk with Xylo. I just
Actually,
told Xylo.
Can I just say that you're supposed to present the whole punishment that you add on is at the beginning of the court case.
I mean, I
And that
kind
the
of
jury's-
did. It's just no
and
one
that-
listened.
and that-
I
and
will
that the-
say if it's
that-
allowed or not, depending on what it is. Please proceed.
Okay. As you know, my boys right here, this guy right here, they get hungry
Yes, Mom?
sometimes. They get really hungry. Like incredible. Like it's kind of scary how hungry they get. And I'm gonna be opening up a bakery soon. But there's one thing that I'm constantly running out of because it's quite hard to make. So, for your punishment, Mario, I would love 64 cakes.
But you do know it's hard for me to find chickens right now, right? Because there's hardly any chickens left on the server.
It's okay, I don't need
That's
them right
not
away.
true. I've seen
Order.
a lot lately.
You are guilty. You have your punishment.
By the way, you didn't say the punishment for what if someone does hunt that dragon, including Mitch themselves.
You will be
Why
taken
would I
to court
kill
once
my
again.
own mom? I just
Yeah, then it would be a
literally
criminal
the whole court
offense.
session
You
in less
know?
than an hour and a half.
You never
You
know
will be
what's gonna
taken to
happen
court
with you.
for a severe punishment. That's all I'm saying. Whoever outlawed this is now, a server rule.
Meaning
You
for
may not kill the
everyone.
Ender Dragon. Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah,
So that
Everyone
means
is included.
If you do it, even though it's your own family, you'll get punished too.
I think he's
Everybody-
perfectly okay with taking the
Everyone-
punishment if he
Wait,
murders his own
especially
mother.
Court is now over. Everyone may leave the courthouse.
Where's
Yo,
the food
it looks
at?
like you need some
Fred.
security. You know, I could
Fred.
help you out with the
Fred.
security.
Bread for everyone. This is
Oh, I
what we sell
want
at a
cake.
bakery.
I
Bread.
want
Oh,
cake.
bread.
Well,
I saw
you gotta wait on
on-
Mario for that.
Oh.
Colin,
Better start
Yeah.
mining.
Colin,
Eh,
Colin.
eh.
You want to do me a big
Hello.
favor that I may or may not
I'm
pay
sorry.
you for?
Oh, Xylo, where are you, by the way?
If he's gonna do it or not.
Richie's house.